And what age are you now?
42.
Okay, and how would you describe your frame of mind?
Very positive, very. So the last few years have been great. They've been testing times at different stages, but that's what everyone goes through. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I have the best day of my life every day, but I don't have the lows that I used to have. I don't have the irrational lows. I have the same chance everyone else has who hasn't been hospitalised or who hasn't gone through what I have, and I'll take those odds every day of the week because I have the talk therapy. I have tools that will really help me deal with those anyway. But that's what I want to get across is that you can't prevent bad things happening to good people. It just happens every day. We all know it. It's how we can cope with it, how we can react to it.
Okay,
is important.
And if you had a message for the Minister of Health, what would you say?
I'd say talk to people who have got through it. We in a hacking term, like hackers are always one of the best hackers are always hired by security experts to find holes and to kind of see how it works and put in new guidelines. I would say get people who've gone through it, who've really suffered, who've been hospitalised, who've gone through all of this before. There are people where it's happened to them already. They don't need to reinvent the wheel. Unfortunately, they can do all of this, but it's still up to the person themselves. If I had one message to say to someone, I'd say, don't wait for someone to save you. Because I waited for a long time for someone to save me, and it was never going to happen. You do it yourself, you do the work yourself, you do all the hard work, and that's the only way that's the only way around it, really.
So if somebody's watching this and they're in a difficult situation, your first message would be to reach out?
Reach out, yeah. Get help. There's agencies that are used to dealing with it. Get help, and also if you can, find someone who's been through it. I'm in touch with a number of people now online who've approached me about what I've done, and just as a kind of, I'm giving you the information what I've done. I'm saying keep everyone in the loop, keep your medical side and holistic side. But I'm just giving the names of people who I've worked with. But it's important to see the end results. Before and after. What could you be like?
Okay.
And it's worth it too, because if you never experienced it before, it's like a whole new life. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay. And is there anything you would like to add?
No, really, just to create, become your own therapist. Go into your psychiatrist, go into your psychologist, go into your holistic. Meet them all. Meet as many people as you can, and form your own opinion of it. And meet them so that when you're meeting them, you form a redundancy. You have 4 or 5 people you're meeting over a couple of months spell. And take what you need from each one. You don't have to take exactly what that person says, but as long as they're giving something towards you, you can go on to the next person and get something from that, get something from that. Then over time, when you're living and working, when you're finding your own way around it, develop your own ways to combat it. And once you have that, then it becomes a lot easier, because you're going into meet these people on a position of power. You're not going in just doing what they'll say, which is what you'll probably do anyway, but you're doing it on your own terms, and that's what I found very powerful for me, because I have 6 people who I'm in touch with, and different opinions. Some of them wouldn't get on with each other at all, but I'm just taking from them what I need to take for myself. And rather than your average person might have, with my reduction at the moment, they might have one person they go to, psychiatrist, and everything is hinging on that person.
Okay.
They have a lot of power, whereas I'm just distributing that amongst 6 people. That's the way I look at it myself. It makes it much easier.
So Billy, what are your views of the future, and where do you see yourself going, or in terms of like your image of yourself and how you look after yourself?
Yeah, I guess like a lot of it is, I'm going to sound like a total cheeseball saying the end of, I actually wrote it, and this from my own diaries and stuff, at the end of Trainspotting, when Renton comes out in the first one, and he's smiling, he says like the whole Choose Life thing, and he's gonna have the big TV, he's gonna play golf on Sundays, he's gonna do all the mundane stuff. That's how I feel about it. Like I want family, I want all this, all like the rest of the things I never even thought about before. You know, the mortgage, whatever else is coming that way, etc., all that kind of stuff. And that's what I feel like. I want just normality and stability. And I suppose at the moment I work, I'm given about 15-20 hours of my own time a week for it, each week. So this is ongoing, and it's easy to do it because I've seen the results, and it's very functional for me. The Reiki and the meditation. I use binaural beat music as well, harmonics, and I use confidence affirmations. So I listen to that at work on my headphones. You know, goes through different affirmations of what you're doing. Listen to that maybe twice a week. I do the binaural stuff for balance. There's different categories, and I do deep sleep, and I'll do Reiki probably for 2 hours a day.
So, would it be fair to say, don't be afraid to talk about it, but don't overload people with it either?
Yeah, I think like, you know, make people aware, but there's a point past awareness when, that's what I think now currently, like there's a point past awareness when you have to do something. You can tell people, but I think there's a finite amount of time, and unfortunately there's a finite amount of time you can tell someone again and again. If they can see you're not doing anything about it, that's important. If they can see you're doing something about it, then the odd time for talking, they're open to it. But the last thing people want to hear about is XYZ continuously if they can see nothing's been done. It's very, I think it's the way it has to be, because it's tough. Life is tough. You know, you have to. I mean, you don't get anything by not working for it. You know, by whatever that is. You know, you have to work hard for it, and like, it's not given to us. And I think with mental health, people are or can be too facilitatory of someone who's gone through what I've gone through. They can, as in like, they don't expect anything. If you don't expect anything from someone, that's its own label, and that creates it. You know. I wish I could meet someone who's a few years ahead of me. I don't think I haven't been able to meet them yet. Maybe I will be able to meet them, and that would open up for me, because there's always different ways to improve it. You know, because you can't improve on your own anyway. Whatever you do, whether it's sport, work, or study, it's only when you're up against people who are better than you or who are further ahead, that's when you really improve. You know.
Okay. And so what is your hope for the future?
Hope for the future would be just to concentrate on work, my relationships, family, keep on doing what I'm doing really, and if I can participate in helping people who are a little bit behind me. That's what I think now. I think to have gone through all this and not pass it on, it wouldn't be right. I mean, people can either agree with me or disagree with me, but at least they'll know about it. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't have anyone, you know, to say this could be a possibility or this, you could do this. But I'm saying to people right now who are out of hospital in their 20s or in their 30s or similar to where I was, this is a possibility, because I'm living proof that it is a possibility.